I'm just going to play around with this template that I just made that has this increment of 50 bucks per ounce on the gold market. So using a $100 window would be two of these horizontal lines stacked. And I'm just kind of like doing a visual walkthrough on this monthly chart, which I don't trade the monthly chart, but if I could, I would. And there'd be very few trades, but I'll just show you I'll cherry pick the way this would work in strictly. And the reason why it's cherry picked is because the filter is I'm trading a $100 window on gold that I might not get filled on the whole fucking year, but if I do and I scale into a 100 pip window using 1K per ticket, so this can be a 10K or whatever it is in gold, 10 contracts in total, with I suppose no fucking stop in gold. Like who gives a shit, right? I mean, if you're really trading gold, then it's not going to zero, unless you have leverage on it, and it, now you've over leveraged it. Now you've gone beyond what's in your account. Any amount of leverage, of course. But if you're just buying coins every month here, 2 years ago, you're a fucking genius, right? Let's face it. If somebody told you, and this is the top tick Tommy also situation on gold here, monthly candlesticks, and it's just ridiculous, right? It comes up in the here, and it doesn't quite hit it, right? But think about the slamming close here, which just blow your mind, turn around, rip down here, a dead cat bounce, and then rip. If you could afford to start placing orders here, absorb the 50, and you never get filled on the rest, using the 100 pip window entry monthly theory on new lows. And the bone crusher here that never filled is too bad. That would have been a mind blower. So it just seems to me that some of this pent up, when the market comes down and creates this huge vacuum behind it, it's like that missile, that takes off the deer's head because it's such a fat fucking missile going so fast that the vacuum behind it is the punishment. Otherwise, why is it ripping up so? Not to mention the fact that it went below here, and if it closes below this line and you don't buy that, then you just can't. You don't understand the intensity of this vacuum here, which is this void fill. It kind of gobbled it up, but it was here. Yeah, that's liquidity. No shit, Sherlock. It took out the low of the previous fucking year in a quiet kind of year. Everybody's like this, and then this motherfucking Joe Biden starts pulling levers like a dumb fuck. And here's your diesel is running out of gold's going to diesel. I can't wait. I won't do it. I guess I'm too lazy, but I would love to dive into the fucking headlines right here. And I believe it's gold's going to 4,000 an ounce. Buy gold. And the dumb shit banks probably bought there. Yeah, they've been buying gold. Everybody's been buying. Somebody's buying it. Somewhere, somebody's buying a piece of gold. But in the whipsaw, talk about whipsaw here, like, oh, geez, if you're not buying this auction, this idea of getting into insane lows, super deep. Sure, if gold comes back to here, who's not buying it? You have to be out of your fucking mind, right? So anytime it pokes back into this blue line, or it goes above, who's not selling above the highest fucking high so far? I will give it 2150 to be on the generous side. Just round it off in my fucking brain because I got a 50 pip handle here. But the gold thing, oh my God, shut the fuck up with your gold. The banks are dude. Oh my God, like if you have buy limits sitting here and you can absorb this 100 pip window, I must say this is my ultimate cherry pick of the day. 99 tickets filled. And if the tickets get bigger in your martingale just a year, you're done with it. But how big are these trades people are doing? Well, I just buy a little bit of gold every now and then. You just give you a couple coins, you just stick them in my pocket. Okay, great. So I got it. It's psychological. All the money in the fucking world's not going to make you live forever. So fuck it. I mean, there's really nothing good. I mean, oh my God, like, it crack me up. These people like this. Oh, I got a Rolls Royce. For what? You got to worry about, did you change the oil? Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck about the Rolls Royce. Dude, I went to the store and I didn't die. Some dumb fuck didn't hit me. Some guy coming across the border in a fucking rocket. Yeah, we don't regulate over there. He built this thing in Mexico. I come over there, and the vacuum that leaves behind is sucking me and blowing my head up. Look at this fucking doji. You know, it's so funny because when you look at these things, they're the most amazing once in a life fucking time candlestick. I waited all year for that doji. Look at you, one fucking doji here. And then, two this year. Oh, fuck, I should have taken that spinning top trade. I just read that in a fucking book. Yeah, I wish I was on that 1 hour. Look at this fucking thing. Opens and closes like, and everybody's like, are we going higher? Are we going higher? I don't fuck. Yes, we're going fucking way fucking higher. Remember this? I couldn't fucking, like, here I was selling my rings. I had jewelry. I was like, yeah, I think I'll just get the fuck out of that trade too. I don't give a fucking wearing these rings. I'm going to lose my finger on a lathe. Thanks. Oh, the jewelry. Not these people have permanent jewelry. Yeah, I put a staple in your brain. Here's a permanent jewelry, bitch. Yeah, the chip's right in there too. Yeah, you change the battery. We're thinking of, no, we're taxing you, like I said in the last video, we're taxing you on shit that you're just thinking about doing. Oh, now we can see where we're going with that. And I bet you were buying it. Now, if you had the fucking stamina to just keep buying into this, I get it. If you're a stacker on gold, every month it closes down. I just add to my winner. Or, I'm just, that is the ultimate fucking trade on this chart. Even here, like I say, my big downs, big down, hard down, buy. Hard down, buy. You got to cash out here. So if it's hard down and it drifts up, you kind of take something off here. Yeah, you can wait till here. Or prefer to put a sell limit above this and just walk away. Now, there's all kinds of, there's 3 ways to get in. You could be a fucking goober and just go, yeah, I run a trade. You could be the other guy down the street. Yeah, I put a buy stop in, cancel, replace, and double up. It's like martingaling in. In other words, you're going to be buying an 8K, buying a 9K. If you break that, I'm long 9K. Oh, fuck, you're long 9K. Now, do you run it by the same token? You'd have to run a trailing stop here, and this is all you're going to make. But if you say, well, I'm going to wait till they chop this last fucking buy, or leave these buy, real balls, you leave these buy limits behind, and actually it's picking up the 3K, the 2K, the 1K, so it's not, but fuck, you better get the fuck out. When it gets to, like, above this, anything above here, I'd probably, like this big hard up day, I'm out. I go flat. But if you're going to trade the shit out of this, you got on this monthly chart in the real world, if you trade it every day, the thing keeps smashing around. I mean, that's what these candles are about. People are losing their fucking mind right in here. So when it goes and makes a new high and it's ripping and ripping and then it pauses, people are like, what the fuck was that? Is it going higher? I guess it's not going lower. So it goes ripping the fuck up. This is the most insane move on gold. But now it's consolidation. Right? This is the trend with the 80%. So we got more bullshit left. But no, it's probably never going down because it's just going to churn like the stock market. Where else is the fucking money going to go? And is this inflation finally spilling in the gold? I mean, this should be at $5,000 an ounce the way people whine about inflation. But it's just sector rotation because the shit that they're listing to be inflation is retarded. The numbers are all bullshit. Everybody knows that. The market slams up and down. That tells you where people's heads are at, or it tells you what, people say it's manipulated gold and shit. Like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of fucking bulls on this train, and when people are just like, oh yeah, top tick Tommies are like, anything above this they're selling. Anything above close. Fuck the candles. I mean, or fuck that, just do a line chart. This is... If this isn't resistance, then, and yes, you could say, well, this support failed, so support and resistance doesn't work. I don't think so because as soon as it closes below that, it's just a buy. Like, forget the wick. If it closes below that close, how aggressive are you? If it closes below this close, when I see that, I'd be like, oh, fuck, we're buying this candle. And if it closes, so there's only 2 months to buy here at the end of this fill of the void. And then we come slamming to the floor. It's the most high probability. Now, if you had a system that all it did was grab these insane meltdowns, but I wouldn't want to complicate it because I'd want a strict buy. If it's down $80 an ounce, I want to get in. And when it comes here, it's out. That robot would be in and out if the target was set to that, but it wouldn't be like that. It would buy a 10 with a soft stop and a progressive exit. So it would always buy hard, whatever the fill is. Maybe if it takes a couple milliseconds to get there, it's not going to be exact, but it's buying here. It's got a stop like this. It's got a target like this. And you also can run limits. So yeah, maybe you did that, but it's always going to be better to put in 80% limits. So you knew you're going to buy. If it ever took out the low of the previous year, you told yourself, I got to buy that. It's the most obvious fucking pay. You can look back on any chart. Look at this. If you put buy limits, now I realize this is a $100 window too. This is 500. This is $50 per black line. If you buy the fuck out of it here, scale into that, and then cash out when it comes back to this, and it does, and you could get the fuck out, or you could hold it, hoping for it to engulf and take out this high. It eventually does, but shit, at the end of the year, you kind of want to dump that, right? Look at the climax at the end of the year. It climaxes gold, and here it kind of still coming in. Climax, of course, this is the end of the world, remember? We're zoomed in now, but when it does those things, isn't it just amazing how it just, and here it's just, forget it. There's one scalp, you're dead. So if you're shorting gold into this, yes, you just either blew up that account or you're down whatever 10%. Whatever happened. Although I'm sure that the exchanges were asking you to lay down, like you weren't allowed to trade on margin when this was going on, because the exchanges just say, oh, well, fucking, you got to have $2 million in your account to trade gold now, to short it. I'm sure that's what the exchange would tell you. And then you're like, well, I guess we don't want to get that trade going, because if we're wrong, we're just going to we'll have to file bankruptcy. But on these Forex platforms, forget about it. Right? That's why they outlawed it in the United States, because they don't want people to just be able to trade it. God forbid, right? God forbid you own your own car. Now they want to turn it off, right, if you're speeding. But for the moment, we do know that last year's low, and we're quieting down on gold. I suppose it's the time to start buying, a little bit, a couple little coins every now and then, just to make myself feel better. It's just a feeling, really. I don't know if having kilos of gold would be practical if you're in a hurry to leave town. They find out where you're at finally. Oh, that's what you were thinking. Okay, so come with us. Yes, we have a place. But the zoom out on this weekly on gold is just mind blowing. Looking back to the 2016 and then beyond here to 2008. This is the end of the world. This is when gold was at $700 fucking an ounce. It's just unbelievable. Now that is quite an extension of time. We really are. It really is up in the nosebleed section here. I really wouldn't want to be buying gold up here, but like I said, it could churn away to the north. But this whole box above 2010, my God, man. So people, if you're zooming in and you come across something and they're saying, and then you hear on the news, gold has made the highest high. Yeah, people are cherry picking these fucking windows and saying, yeah, gold's been yeah, I know. 3 years ago, gold was the most insane fucking run up here. went up fucking, $500, poosh, and then comes back and sideways fucking torture everybody, right? This big pullback here. So when you look in the context of the compression of this data, this is that meltdown. Like, could you be buying that? I mean, would you even want to do that trade? Well, the blue line, if you bought everything below the blue line, you would have definitely got filled. So the blue line was up in here, it was up in here. But people, they see these moves, and I mean, this is scary. If you just bought gold here, you're like, I'm not going to buy more. Holy shit. Those are terrible trade, or you ran out of money to buy it. Especially if we're on margin there. Sure, it's a good trade in the end. Yeah, I got it. Your moving average turned over, and you bought here, and it just. But in the end, if that's the monthly, which it is, there's a guy in the 4-hour probably just trading breakouts of dojis. There's some doji bot in there just pulling the trigger every time it gets quiet. I ran this grid bot, and I couldn't get the thing to. Well, I just let it do what it was going to do. But the money management came down to money management. That's how you were to survive the market. So the nice thing about an EA that does work, that you can press a button and say, only risk this much %, which is really nice. I should break out the, it's this grid bot thing I found. It's called Grid H level. H level, big capital H, and the word level, like price level. And the settings I was using was like just, okay. But the problem is I couldn't control the multiplier on that. It seemed like it was taken off. It would do 8, 16, 32, and it went fucking nuts. Like I wanted to just do like 5 at a time. Just keep going 5K, 5K, 5K straight. It was just too aggressive. But in the end, really, it mattered about the time frame and all that bullshit. But in this instance here, I'm just speaking about gold. I don't know if you trade gold, but you can imagine that if you had a bunch of money, and even if you knew how to get in and out of the market, that on this chart, there's things on here that are just moving at such a pace. It's just mind-blowing. Like this first meltdown on gold, I would have to say, is the most mind-bending sell-off, especially if you were a person that thought everything was okay because gold was going uptrend here. And fucking A, yeah, it's on its way to $2,500 an ounce. And this just complete obliteration. When it takes out this floor here, and it really never looked back until it came all the way back to here. And I have to say that is a very high probability this $500 window, this $50 window is the turning point for that just completely cash out. If you're the kind of person that would buy every $50 that went down, and you could afford this trade, I suppose you would have cashed out on some of this in the first bounce, which was this cut into here, cleans house. Yeah, get the fuck out. It's probably some Fibonacci bullshit from here to here. It's like 62% or so. But that wouldn't be, that just happens to be, but this happens to be a big deal price. And then once we fill this vacuum, forget about it. It's going after this shit, and it just becomes, I don't know what the fundamental situation when it's here, but I think this was probably, yeah, that's funny. That's right around the time that, yeah, about middle, but this just things that probably financially is just too much excitement, especially what the 15 simple moving average guys are in here, right? Oh, let's get here. It's touching that thing. Oh, it's beautiful. Nice cherry picking trade. When's that going to happen again on this fucking time frame with that speed of moving average? Nah, never fucking happen again. Because the guy that's got this moving average is, this guy, my moving average kicked in here. Yeah, I did this trade. Okay, great. Great, buddy. This is fucking 10 years. Like, you probably have already, you're on your third wife by now. Like, you mean you be trading all this shit? Oh, yeah, I trade gold all the time. Been trading gold for 10 years. Like, look at that. I traded all these trades. Never fucked up. Oh my God. So on the this ICT would release his. Yeah, I trade gold. He's like, yeah, I've been trading since 2002. Never had a bad trade. Down here, I use very tight stops down here. I had to widen my stops up a little bit as time went on. The ICT trades gold. I should do a video about like that for him, just for him. ICT trades gold. Oh yeah, well in the beginning I'd interview him. So tell me, ICT, what was it like when you started trading gold in the 2000s? Were you successful? Very, very. I traded with kind of his tight stop there, about $50 an ounce, and then things got a little hairy later on, and I widened it up to like $1,000 an ounce when it started to do crazy shit. Last year, I had to run a big fucking stop on this one, but I survived it. Sold it right at the top. They didn't stop me out. Stops up here just in case. It's pretty hard to adjust yourself to the volatility of the market. I'd say that's where the robot comes in. So my team of bots will be running maybe 5 levels, a little tight bot, but mostly the swing bots would make the most money because those are trades that would last, a week, 2 weeks, and you don't have to pay a lot for commissions because you don't have a lot of trades on. It's a very small position, but a lot of money, as opposed to big position over 4 hours or 1 day, 2 days, and those kind of things. So I suppose it depends what you can handle. I don't really trade the gold because I built my system around Forex. I suppose I could do it. It seems to be a pretty tight spread here of like 60 cents right here at the moment. I think my spread indicator runs so it's like a $1.30 here, or I think that's right. I have to add a 0 because my spread indicator I think is built for Forex. So like $1.10 here. That sounds right. It should be 1/10 of my 10 pip grid. Zoom in. Yeah, I really wish I had time for the gold thing. And, if I had to rewrite the scripts for gold, I'd be there all day. So I kind of just thought, well, I can drop this on the pound or the yen. And I can get the deep swing bots I would run on the yen. And the shallow bots I'd run on the euro. This way. I don't have to, I know the yen's going to be out of its fucking mind. It kind of looks like gold in a way. You try to make sense of it, or any of these markets, really. Some of the moves are so violent, and then it just drifts, and you're like, what happened? And the disappointment, especially for the guy that buys, really even gets a good deal here, he buys it. He's got to go through the torture of like, well, look at that, and then he's like, wow, those last 2 years are pretty tough, and then, oh, we're really hopeful. Yeah, I know, we're back. Actually, below. He's always below. It's if he holds through this whole thing, he's down here. He's down. Oh shit, man, I wish I would have bought fucking down here, but my wife said, "What are you nuts? You're not buying this year. It's dropping the whole year. You're not gonna be a buyer, are you?" Oh yeah, buying the whole fucking thing. You nuts? And then finally, moving averages turn over. It's safe to buy here. It's about to break out. Everybody says it's about to break out. Going above 1,400, everybody lost their fucking mind. Well, I suppose in their mind they're thinking that means we're going to. I remember when we were at 1,400 last time. We broke out, went all the way to. We're going to do that again, Joe. So it kind of does it, right? It does almost the same pace, just blistering. But that's very suspicious when it's going up. So when things are good. That's why every time everything's going good, I'm thinking, yeah, somebody's going to crash my car. I just fucking know it. Bastards. They're like, look at him. He's been riding 300,000 miles, no dents. Well, we'll fix that. Yeah, get him. Especially these fuckers. I don't know. I can't relax. I want to be in the right lane and just kind of. Then fuck, all of a sudden some cunt comes in from the right. Dude, you couldn't cue your speed. You didn't see me. What, I need a fucking flashing lights now? And then the motherfucker behind me with the goddamn, like, burn out your retina. Dude, what are you trying to land an aircraft? Just stop it. Can't I have some, like, filter on my car? Oh, you can't, not allowed tint. Oh, so just, not allowed earplugs either? Should just get loud? Fuck you. I can't take it. Them fucking lights people have. Yeah, these are like piercing blue lights. They're really illegal. They're really for fog lights only, but we like to put them all over like a fucking Baja. That shit's on a roll bar and it's all fucking tilting and pivoting and zooming and like those mag flashlights where you can zoom it, make it down to a laser, cut somebody's arm off. It's going to get crazy. Can you imagine the future? People get road rage in the future. It's going to be, just like you see. Those sci-fi movies, it's going to be a rugged future. I would buy gold if it just... So you could actually make a pledge, if you're religious or something. Every month, gold's down, I'll buy some. That's probably not a bad trade plan. That's what I do, buy as it comes down. And you're really... I would not chase it though. See, I would just be like, move to a different thing. I'd look for something else that's dropping. What else is dropping? And I would just load whatever instrument's dropping, just buy some of that. But the reason why that's difficult is because you'd have to write wider stops for different instruments, and you'd have to think if they're all in the same account. Well, the problem with commingling is you don't know. When you see the equity go up, you're like, well, is it because I'm right about the guppy trade or the dollar trade or the Swiss franc? Where's my money profits coming from? Now, if I was going to go long the Swiss franc and short the euro, I'd expect some fluctuation. But if I'm wrong about the dollar, I'm fucked on the trade. So for some reason, the Swiss and the euro move together, which they will. For the most part, they're pivoting on the dollar because Europe and Swiss are very close neighbors. They're in the same hood. It's like I think the Danish kroner against the dollar or something like that. One of these kroners against the dollar is like a mirror image of the euro. It's crazy. So a dollar krona or something like that symbol. But those kind of things, I suppose a robot would be good at that. Teaming up. It's like these people that are trying to do swap trading bots. And these kind of just sift a little bit out of the market. I guess I want to be more of a cowboy when I trade. I just saddle up and say, nope, we're buying this fucking plunge right here. So we're buying this plunge. There's all there is to it. But we're scientifically buying it. This is not just a complete rape scene, You're not allowed to say that, right? It's so funny. There's certain words that are banned, but I guess if you just do a little technical analysis around fucking ridiculous, inappropriate, I saw that YouTube was telling me that if I put any tags in there, I put tags in there before, like, hey, MT4 or something. That if I put too excessive amount of taggage in there, that would be in a violation. I thought, well, what define excessive? We can't tell you that. We have to wait till you hit the wall, and they're like, one more of those, and you're out. I like how they keep moving the finish line on you too. Yeah, you're not allowed to say you shouldn't die anymore. What? Oh, yeah, you said die. Oof. What the fuck is going on out there, man? Don't you wonder? I mean, sure, people are watching over my shoulder, copying my trades, and trying to get some of my brain with the fucking 5G I got running next to me in this goddamn cube. But other than that, I feel completely safe. No, the gold market's scatterbrained. But these are epic times. I mean, if you're in the charting, come on, let's face it. This motherfucker's in top tick Tommyville. What is this big slump? This is like once in a lifetime shit. You think you're ever going to see this much consolidation on gold ever again? Maybe on the top here to consolidate, to just sell off like a motherfucker and take out this floor here, come all the way back to here and just piss people off. I'll tell you what, if that happens, get a suicide watch. Well, the banks are buying gold. The banks are, yeah, I know. They're fucking idiots. They're always getting bailed out. They do the dumbest fucking trades in the fucking world because they think, oh, well, we couldn't do anything wrong. I saw this guy interviewed who would plunge into these trades. He had a bunch of money. And he'd say, yeah, we're buying that plunge. And he's like, I'm allowed to buy that plunge. They said I could buy these plunges. Like, yeah, man. That guy was making money for the bank, but not these people that are claiming, oh, the banks are investing. They're not investing in anything. One time, I don't know if I was being scammed. I never really signed up for it too much, but when I was first time, I got married. This guy, I don't know where it came from. My wife would meet these people and bring them home. I was, what the fuck is this? Oh no, he's from, and the guy was into investing in ancient art. I don't know how this guy found us. And I was like, really? You know, like fossils, dude. You could start off with a $300 fossil. I'm like, I guess. And I don't know. I don't know if you got to keep it or they kept it in the museum or you own stock in the thing. I mean, if you have to cash this shit out, what's that look like, too? You're running down there with your gold bars and you're like, I got a kilo of gold. You do. People just blow your head off. I mean, you really think that if it's apocalypse fucking now, zombie apocalypse fucking now, that you would be like, yeah, I got time. Wait, just a minute. I'm gonna like. There's nobody else at the pawn shop but you, right? I gotcha. So I love it, the prepper idea. Yeah, maybe after the dust settles, and the gold bars turn out to be a little hindrance because they're glowing now from the radiation. Damn it! If that shit didn't pick up, even it's already radioactive to begin with. But let's put that aside. It's actually now it's like a fucking storage. It's a new storage thing. The electric car thing. I love watching this shit crash and burn. Yeah, what we're going to do here is it's like watching a guy build a robot or trade stochastics. What could go wrong? Hey, listen, is there anybody selling a stochastic trading class now? I got it, as an oscillator, but to this day, I look at it and I go, RSI, I get it. There's one number, there's one calculation, but stochastics, what in the fuck am I waiting for here? I'm waiting for the crossover. Did I get in late? Surely if it worked, I could tell the robot, dude, buy the oversold and sell the overbought. Please do it now, please. Siri, trade the fuck out of this pattern. It ain't gonna work. It's never gonna. These people cracking me up. Well, what if you just yeah, maybe that one time. But if I buy, I always know what time it is. Like if I look at the chart and I see it dropping, I go, "Oof, am I in this? I hope not. It's too big." Like, and in the gold, you'd have to look at the big picture at all times, knowing that this year could be the fucking year that this thing just collapses. Now, they say plan your trade your plan. Can you step in front of that thing and just keep buying like a fucking complete sycophant? Just keep buying this gold. It's dropping. I just want more. I want more. I want more. That's pretty rugged. And then when it starts going up, it's hard not to buy just a little bit more, but I probably would, depending on how big I loaded down the way down. So getting the size right. If you're only allowed to trade one ticket, you do have to be so fucking picky that you really can only trade like once a day, twice a day. Because you got to rinse and repeat that one ticket. You got the fuck out of that trade. You can't be building some position. You've already used 2 bullets. This guy he's trading a moving average. He's trading moving average envelopes. Sure, I got it. Will you get it when it touches the envelope? Can you afford to buy every touch on that envelope? Keep pulling the trigger? Are you up 24 hours to do it? Can you place a limit bank in there and just walk away? Or turn the robot on that is going to go trolling at 40 pips deep. I suppose that's how they did the people that net fish. They're not out there with little baby strainers. They're out there with a big fucking net. So this is like netting it. And of course, the downfall there is you snag your net on some fucking, mermaid or something down there, and or something, it goes wrong. gets caught in a propeller, sucks the whole fucking your whole ass up in the prop. And then what else could go wrong? You pick up dead fish. Fucking A. This is like all shitty trades. So I'm sure that you find out where the fish go. You know, this you could make probably 20 metaphors. I suppose if I was gonna build a course and strictly outline my topics, you could just go down a fucking this is anybody into like the metaphor for fishing, you know, and waiting for the fish to come into the whatever, or I like the aerial view of like a battle, up, back and forth instead of up and down. Up and down is what I'm choosing because I am running my charts vertical. Unless I guess you're the guy Michelangelo, the guy that did Michelangelo, you're laying on your back. But this is candlesticks have been around long enough. I think people know what a bullish candle looks like. I love that guy. Well, these are bullish candles because they're going up. Okay, next page, please. Like, can we move on? They spent so much time on some of these courses that I took. I thought, am I missing something? Why are we still like this is a bullish? This is an engulfing pattern. Okay, dude, I got it. Next question: why is the 4-hour engulfing pattern nothing more than an 8-hour hammer? And I was like, yeah, I see time frame matters with these candlesticks, big time. And you gotta have patience. Wait for doji. No, if you wait for the doji, I think that is really the ultimate breakout trade. It really is. There's no way around that. And you can certainly look back in the charts when it's screaming up or down. Most systems would tell you, or most people, hey, just stay on the side, man. It's too crazy. Wait till it calms down. Yeah, so if you wait till it calms down, and if at the end of the month it open order closes, if you just limited your trades to that, now you still have to adjust your stops and targets based on current volatility. And they might kick you out and you were right about the trade, but you got crazy before it actually went your way. And then you figure out, well, you could make money from it, the stop hunt. If it's going to smash down before it actually goes up, why don't you just lay some track there and just capture that and maybe leave a little bit left over for it actually does go the other way. So you have at least 10 tickets. I think with 10 tickets, the $1,000 account, and then what's the frequency of the trade? Certainly the better setup's going to be the 4-hour as opposed to the 1 hour because there's less trades. You're waiting for a fucking doji. You just have to do the work of saying, well, how can I calculate this doji is way more dollars. Like here's a 10 pip grid. $10 grid. It's very difficult to switch gears there. So it's 4-hour chart, $10 grid. I can see all the trades on here right away that I would have to have at least a $20 stop on gold. But this is 1 week from here to here. So it's very easy to see the trades on here. Now, you may not fill. If you're on a trailing buy limit, it depends on how tight it is. You really don't get filled until about right here. If this is you're going to do a cancel replace on your sell limit, or you're just going to put just leave these behind. I'm sorry, buy limit. Like if I want to buy this, if it breaks the blue line, it really didn't break it hard until about here. So what about buy, and I have to scalp to this support area right here, and it does take out. Let's say the high of the week because this is such an anomaly. This is the highest high on gold that we know of. And maybe there's another universe with another exchange that's actually trading exactly double that at 5,000. In that universe, that's the one that everybody thinks they're going to go to. I think. Good luck with that. Call me from the other side. But these just ripped down $10 an ounce, and the spread is $1.60 here. I think it's $1.60. And so scalps like this, where you just fill a little pocket, you're out Maybe it engulfs, maybe it doesn't. But here's where the robots or people get kind of obliterated, I think, because the juicy trades are going to be the infrequent, end of the world, the lonely wick. Like this is crazy high, crazy high. Yeah, you could draw a trend line here, but you'd have to draw a trend line here. This breakout's a little different. I would just treat this like I'm always got sell limits on a $10 grid in gold. I've always got buy limits. Now here's where it goes terribly wrong. If you can't afford this $100 an ounce move, which just, oh my God, here, look at it. You don't even, here's your only dead cat bounce of $20 an ounce, and then kablamo. It's only 2 weeks straight down at $50 a week. If you sold any of these breakouts here, okay, you got to scalp because you don't know this is going to be the breakout. You thought this was the breakout. But this is just really a trap in here for these kind of guys that are trading in the $20 window. So the $20 window traders that trade this high probability where it slams down, comes back up. This is about, $100 here. Or, well, that's about $50 now. So it's not that bad. You'd have to look at this as being and this was the ultimate place to really load up. So maybe 25% you're in, now you're in 75%. But like I said, it's hard to keep buying into that because you're losing money. I mean, if you're not gonna get stopped out of that, you're big drawdown, big drawdown. But if you take off the 75% into the floor, then you can ride the 25% because you don't know if it's going to keep tanking. You don't know. The deeper this area, yeah, but then like your orders down here, you're hoping for a spike down here. I'll get that trade. Yeah, you know what? Didn't happen like that. And then this one you say, well, next time that happens, I'm going to put in more tickets. And then you're like, holy shit, look at this fucking. You that's why you have to scalp to here, because look at this rip. And I guess they call this an abandoned baby down here. Now on the weekly, I think this is almost. Well, this is the big 4-hour chart. So this is kind of like closed at the end of the week, like hard down. But it's like a little island down here. And the big cash out has to be when it took this out. So this is the big ass lonely area, but it's so bombastic. Most of it, this chatter here, is where people that are just looking to make $30 on a trade. Maybe they shoot the same size every time. It'd be kind of tough. And that's why trading's so difficult, because this is so fucking ridiculous. Look at this perfect trend. I mean, you can't even ask for a better. Perfect pullbacks, just keeps ripping, blows through the floor, just engulfs this whole thing. It's just unbelievable. I mean, these are just, you'd see these in a book and you'd go, wow, what the I got books like that. Where I got the books with the gold chart going back to like the 50s or something. Same kind of crazy fucking moves. I mean, don't forget, gold was at $275 an ounce in the 90s. And so yeah, you're up tenfold, but you're drifting like it's bullshit up here, and it's so expensive. You got to trade it in leverage now. Back then, you could probably go buy gold at $300 an ounce and go, yeah, let's ride this fucker to like 700. It went to 800 and then went all the way to fucking 270, 280. I don't know if people realize that. I don't have the chart here on this one because this doesn't go back very far. But it's nuts, okay? It is nuts. Anyways, that's just my rant about gold, and this template's a little rugged to look at because it's so bright here on the 10s, and I just built it, and for me it's a little disturbing. But I'm not used to looking at gold. This is $50 from here to here. But these moves are just amazing on the 4-hour chart. I mean, they're just so intense. And you can see this only lasted for moments. I suppose the spread up there was kind of crazy. I don't think you're making too much money, and I'm sure some people filed bankruptcy on shorting gold up there. To be honest with you, it's such a tremendous move. There's somebody somewhere that's like, damn it, oof. I think we got hurt on that one. Maybe not. No, it's not that bad, I guess. Here, let me zoom out. Yeah, it just lasted for like a little island up there. It looks vicious on the fucking. Oh, here we are. No, I can't see that. They won't let me zoom out enough for that. I have to turn off my scrolling for that. Let me look back. Every time I do this, you can't find that spot. It just goes flying past it. It's squirrely up in here. So it just kind of, right there at 5 p.m., I bet the spread was pretty brutal there. That is crazy. Wow, look at that thing. Right in the first of the month. Oh man, I don't think I can get back there. So here, look at this. Just lasts for a fucking nanosecond up there. Jeez, fuck. I mean, this is $50 at the top. So it rips up $600 an ounce. I'm sure everybody had their charts. They were on the 5 minute, and they said, "Dude, when it comes back to here, we got a top, become a bottom. Oh yeah, here comes Europe. Here comes U.S. There's Asia. Here's Europe going, fuck you. You suck. U.S. says, fuck you." Scalpers are buying below this. You see how many trades there are? Like if you just kept buying the slam on that floor, it comes out. Here's a perfect trade. This is the trade. You have the buy limits sitting here, or sell limits here. Europe opens. They fill you. Cash out to here. Comes back down. Cash out. Maybe you're going to wait for the engulf on the last third of the position. I mean, that's the ultimate scenario for the risk and everything being perfect. You know, you sell 3K, you dumped 3K, you sold. You sell one of the 3Ks, you sell one and leave the last one to here. So you sell 3 spaced out and scale out. Here you would only get filled on the buy side, and here you're going to go underwater. You have to be willing to buy this session too. Here you would have had to scalp out the first time it comes up. So as soon as U.S. markets open, you got to get out of this rack that you put in here, but it's a very small window. And now the spread's getting in your way. And look at the expansion where this is insane. And this is, what did I say? 7 o'clock at night here. This is 2 o'clock in the morning, and this is 8 o'clock in the morning. Crazy town. These people are nuts. But yeah, you can't trade all those trades with the same stop. That's really what it comes down to. And if you're used to a certain size, you're used to a certain amount of punishment, right? So if you go out with a big girl, right, she's not gonna be. If she's on top, then you have obviously been to the gym. You're fit, right? That's how you should work out. Yeah, what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna find a really large woman, and I'm gonna demand she ride on top, and that's my workout session. Oh, builds up your lungs. Rib cage too. Yeah, you can't have enough stress on your body. So look at this. People are buying here. What are the headlines here? Oh my God. In the island. This box is trapped up here. People are like, This is Asian session. Europe opens, they're like, I don't think so. What about support in here? What about the buyers in here? So this was the only really kind of juicy buy, first high probability. It didn't even make it back to this low. So this is a nice thing. You just look at that and just see all the trades that are available by buying a $10 window just for a $10 scalp. It may be a little more later, but it doesn't always do that. And this is just living proof. Now, very tight range. I think that'd be cool for maybe a breakout bot, but then if he doesn't cash out here, then you kind of get whipsawed and crushed here. I like that little session box because it really gives you only 3 sessions a day, the only ones that matter. So if you walk forward, you're like, holy shit. Now, this is the breakout bots clean up on this one. Only the breakout bots that have a $20 target, though, as soon as this thing breaks, it's like, holy shit. Kablamo. And then dead cat bounce to this, then this, and then. But I'd be buying that. Like, buy limits go lower below this, right? Look at the reaction here. So if you have scalps laid in there, they scalped out and then some, because you went above that $10 handle, and then buy like a whore down here, scalp to here, because by now you bought really heavy. If you're going to buy 1, 2, 3, got to sell something here because it just keeps going lower. It's kind of sad because, you know, all the enthusiasm these people get, and headlines come out, and you're just another goober if you pick up the phone and start piling into these trades. Oh shit, it's going lower. They told me gold was going up. But I would be buying this. I'd be buying that plunge there for the scalp, and look at that thing just nail it right there. And that must have been maybe a wide spread. Look at this thing just spike up into the 10 just for a second. Just like this one. If you had sell limits up here, you got filled. Bing. And then it's just, and all this very, very dojied out. Sideways, sideways. Something's got to give, right? Sideways, big. All this, the breakout bots would be all over that trade. They wouldn't touch this one because it's too big. It's just too big. Yeah, you're maybe right on some of that, but if you got to put a buy stop here and a sell stop there, you're fucked. So if you're going to trade stop entry, by all means, only do it when the market's about to explode. This other robot I was testing, which I'm not a fan of, traded like that, right? It was a news bot. It would stack up buying sells, and the market exploded, man. Did pretty fucking good. Because the limit entry, well, actually the other robot was getting at the market on some crazy trade lodge. It did make sense. But the breakout bot's a real thing. I mean, those are easy. But I would bring the filter down so it rarely trades. And this, if you're going to have it set for this whole area, then it would not be triggered. The only thing would trigger is 2 sessions like that really tight. So you'd have to change your session meter and see that the only time it's in a 10 pip range for like 10 hours here or something. This is 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's what, 14 hours, 15 hours, 15 hours sideways. The thing's triggered, it gets in, you know. Let's see, we making any money yet? We've been buying this plunge the whole time. Oh my God, it's going lower. Oh fuck, I can't take it. Finally, we're making money. Oh, here's another breakout system. This is a trap for the breakout bot using the same 10 pip criteria for 15 hours. Yeah, kind of trap there. This one makes up for it. Huge breakout. As soon as U.S. market opens, it's up a little bit, but then it rips. This must be I think maybe that's FOMC, or looks like FOMC, so it's a Wednesday. Yeah. So it's FOMC here, 2 in the afternoon. Boom. Rips, drifts. And that's why you can't, the robot thing's just a bullshit dream. It's just bullshit. I know. Actually, you could probably get it. You need 20 bots. You need a bot that can think 20 things because you'd have to ignore some of these. Oh, I just trade now. There's a robot that would just trade that because this ratio is amazing here. You never got filled on the short side. You only got filled on the long side. And after U.S. session's over, 5 p.m., he's out. That's his brilliant trade. Over here is his other brilliant trade. That's it. He's done. This one he got stopped out of. By the way, this one he got stopped out of. This one he didn't take. So you can see the one that it takes. Well, I back tested it. Not for the end of the world, you didn't. So when things heat up, oh sure, it's getting chopped here, noise now. Here's a good trade for the breakout bot. The London breakout. Would be the U.S. breakout at 8 o'clock in the morning. The London breakout system. How about the London trap system is probably better though, don't you think? So that's why the London trap is putting sell limits above Asia and trading the London trap. Because you know how people trade the London breakout? Yeah, I put a buy stop here and I don't know, they fucked me over manipulating the market again. Yeah, buddy, sorry to hear that. You fucking retard. Jesus Christ, can't figure this out yet. Can't people see the trade logic and that? Oh yeah, well, if that was true, you just put a breakout. I just go whichever way the wind blows. Yeah, until it fucking traps you. The poor guy that's buying up here. Don't you know you just took out the high of 2 days ago? I did. Yeah, so it just nicks that thing, scalps to the 10, back. I said most of those people are out by here. Never comes back down here yet. No. Now what? Are we going up? Yeah, at some point. So if you can scale in, you buy a little bit every day, a couple coins every day. When it drops a little bit, buy a little coin. When it drops a lot, buy a big coin. So it's counterintuitive. The more it drops, the more you buy. The less it drops, the less you buy. Because it's just drifting. You don't want to load the wagon there. Because if it plunges, you won't have any bullets for when it really fucking plunges. And you're just really sad about the trade, and the sadder you are, the more you have to buy. So it's very perverse. Oh, look, it's coming back to life though. Look at that. What's that fucking up? Holy shit! I'll be cashing out there. I tell you right there, I'll be cashing out. So we got dead cat bounce, and now we're just drifting sideways, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, what's the?" Let me zoom out one level. So we're just kind of drifting sideways, and yeah, that was insane. That top is just a mind bender. I can't get over it. Gold just fascinating. And the people that are just diving in. There it is. I can see the 1 hour chart. I can see the top tick Tommy. And it's marked on the chart. We can see where we're at right now. And you are here. And it's actually trading right now. So I can see this fading away from being able to see, unless I get one of those panographic screens, and then the super letterbox it on your side. But yeah, look at this chop. This is very annoying, and I'm really disappointed that I bought gold at 2150. The guy told me I'd done $150 on a trade nearly. But yeah, if you could buy below 2000, so the bargain hunters came in here after top tick Tommy. They came in below 2000, and that was a big loading zone that the smart money started buying right there, see. But yeah, dead cat bouncer, and then wow, if you can buy every $10 that drops, look at how much. Look at you scalp it right to here, get out of the whole trade. My God, look at how fast that thing came ripping. Look how insane that move is. I can't believe it. Yeah, so at 1970 prices. I mean, price, not the year 1970, but hey, 1970. It's fucking 80. It was when they went off the gold standard. It was $800 an ounce. Tricky Dick, man. Nixon, the guy they ran out of office. You can't be listening to this. You can't be recording tapes. What are you doing? I guess he was talking to himself too much in the corner. He's looking at the painting supposedly on the wall, talking to the presidents. I'd be too. Hey man, listen. If there's a man on the moon and there's a a guy that's running the show, Santa Claus or God. Anything's possible. How dare you question my faith? My faith in chaos kind. But the chaos theory is the fractal thing. That's what Williams was doing with the fractals. Just buy that fractal breakout. But I do think it's more money to buy the fake breakout. The top tick Tommies and the bottom tick Bobbies. I would drift sideways here and torture everybody for the next fucking 8 months. Yeah, gold hasn't gone anywhere. I bought a bunch of it. Yeah, I got rid of my wife and bought a bunch of gold. Got big gold bars. You want to see my gold bars? I polish them up, man. You should see them. Fuck it. Wait, wear sunglasses. I got them real shiny back there. I want you to just sit back. What I want to do is I have a velvet curtain black. I'm gonna open them curtains. I want you to act surprised because you probably won't be. Oh man, I don't know. Somebody's telling me about a prepper, and my buddy's was in the military, and he's like, yeah, you know what? If I was coming through here, I just put this here, I put that, and the guy's like, oh my god. Comes back the next day, the guy's cutting down this and that, and he's like, that won't help. I just come in this way. Yeah, I'd hate to try to ride out this gold storm. Sure, it could go to $5,000 an ounce, but let's be realistic. Since November, that high there, we're just nutsville, and now we're just, I don't know if I can look at it. I guess we can melt these things down and make necklaces, maybe. It's certainly worth more, I think, and then you can make a 14 karat and kind of dilute it. But I guess I heard fake coins are going around now. I heard a guy on the radio say he has a piece of equipment from NASA, the rocket ship people that went to the moon. He said that if you come in for free, he'll run it through the little scannerator and see if you got a real coin there. Is that a real coin? Or is that a Sears coin? Oh yeah, it's just gold plated. So yeah, the gold plated trick, get the weight right. I suppose if you can dial it in just right, but there's a specific gravity to gold. So if you put it in water, I suppose find the displacement and then figure out what it weighs out at. I suppose it's scanning the coin to see how much space it takes up volume-wise, and then you just did the specific weight of it. Anyways, that's my view of the gold market and my $50 an ounce template. I just can't even hardly look at this chart really, because I'm already thinking, well, what trade would I do here? So it's kind of I just can't take that much. I'm looking at the dollar versus the yen. I'm looking at the euro versus the dollar, and the dollar versus the pound. But typically, I can trade more tickets on the euro and get a tighter spread for the same pattern that I would do on another currency. But yes, I could jump into the more volatile currency with less tickets. That's true, but the liquidity is just so easy, and the spread's too tight on the euro to deny how easy it is to take trades on that without too much carnage. And the yen, just like this gold chart too, I would say gold, I'd be very careful. Probably another reason why I wouldn't want to be the guy trying to short gold up there when it spiked if I was in too big. But that's probably not going to happen for the rest of my life. I don't know. I mean, psychologically, you've broken the $2,000 barrier. At $3,000 an ounce, you'd probably get the same reaction, I suspect. Hope I'm right. Hope I live to see the $3,000 level. Now, I don't know about it coming back to 1,000. That was my prediction, that if things stabilize and the money comes back into the banks and people are making high interest rates, the gold will come back to $1,500 an ounce. And really, there will be suicide watches. There will probably be, like when the stock market crashed. But it's not, if it drifts down there, maybe not. Now, if gold spiked down to 1,500, I think it would scare a lot of people, and maybe the markets would go nuts. I just think about that kind of stuff because it does happen. And it has, I mean, silver's not really up at the prices. Silver's not at new highs, is it? Not really, not like it was at $50 an ounce for a moment there. And I actually sold at the very highs for one night. It was Sunday night, so markets are going to open up in 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 the states, and it's coming into Monday, and the thing just goes nuts. And that was it. It went down like $20 an ounce. It went down $10 an ounce in a couple hours. And I was in the tiniest position, but it was really fun just the same to be in the like a historical trade. And looking back, I'm sure that if you're used to selling every rally, because you have to be a little bit of a daredevil. I suppose if you're making new highs in gold, kind of be careful. I mean, new all-time historical highs, be careful, because nobody knows what it's worth, and people will come in to the market, and there's margin calls that are forcing people out whether they want to get in or not. And there's just a big, giant problem of getting filled. What the funny thing was when the market crashed in 2008, all the people whining on the internet, you can watch these videos saying, look at this, these are bad prices. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Okay, the spread is fucking giant. Why? Because the market's moving so fast that it's decentralized trading all over the place. It's called lag. By the time this guy gets the quote, of course there's slippage, you idiot fuck. I couldn't believe that. That's when I knew, oh my God, really? The victimhoodology of the trader. Oh, they stopped you out, did they? You're running a 5 pip stop. The spread goes to 3 on that currency. You're 2 pips from getting stopped out. You're in 5 standard lots. Okay. I guess just keep doing that trade. I mean, you're gonna get stopped out. You're gonna last like 8 seconds, like a bull ride. That's it. If you get past the 8 seconds, I guess hit your target. But the patience to sit in some of these trades is definitely a difficult situation. Look at this thing. I just noticed as I'm complaining. Look at this London fake breakout shit. The London fake breakout, the London fake breakout, the London fake breakout, all day long on gold there. The London fake breakout. Here, you got to be willing to sell this whole thing. It comes in, and when U.S. markets opens, it comes back to here. And then the U.S. breakout is a trap, big time, $20. And then here comes the breakout people, the people that are really going to make money on this. Kind of quiet, kablam. Kind of quiet here. It never gets quiet. Here's a nice quiet thing. So think about the guy that's got the system, moving average. He gets filled here, back to us. Oh, nice trade there. Nice trade there, but then that's it. Oh, nice trade here, I guess. That's it. The 3 trend trades. Something triggers some bullshit pattern here, and, it's near my trend line. Good enough. Pull the trigger. It's going to get quiet. But then here it goes terribly wrong. We're buying this pullback, and then this, and then what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I mean, in one day? Well, I suppose this triangular vacuum that was trailing behind, once this got to be too much weight, too much of a sucking sound, and the vacuum here, it just kabash. And then the reaction into the floor on this 1 hour chart. These are obvious, beautiful little scalps. This one too. This one, you got clobbered, but it is a fake breakout. Think about it. Think about it. It breaks out. It traps all these goobers that are buying this breakout. They got buy stops here. Oh, that's really good what you did there, Johnny. Well, it worked over here. I put buy stops in. I know. So nothing works all the time. And here, breaks out, traps every motherfucker goober with a breakout. I'll put a stop down here. I'm protected. I put a stop. You put a stop down there, right? Well, you only made this much if you even got out there, and you got to stop down there. Well, how'd that work out? So but if you held through the breakout here, and you sold this fake breakout on limits, and you held on to the next day, you were up on all those tickets. If you held on to this one, you're up. But I'd be looking out if I'm going to breakout trader. Here's the trend trade. I'm waiting for a small European session. I'm going to put a buy stop here at the end of Europe and a sell stop here. Or bracket Tokyo, the Japanese market. Place all your orders up until 2 o'clock in the morning and then walk away. It would look like this. I put a buy stop here. A sell stop here, buy stop here. Hey, I'm long. Buy stop, sell stop, I'm long by default. Buy stop, sell stop, I'm short by default. Tokyo breakout. Much better than the London breakout. I always laugh my ass off when London breakout. You mean this one? The breaking out of Asia. I think that's what they mean. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the trade. Because breaking out, I would be the US trap and the London breakout. So it's breaking out of Tokyo. But, am I going to put buy stops there? I better be scaling out really quick and taking $3 off the table. $2.50. Well, here the breakout, beautiful, breaks down. But then the breakout of the U.S. breakout trap. But if the filter is, I'm waiting for a $10 range, $10 or below in the Asian session, and I got to take off half the position. I got to get out here. It breaks out. Hopefully I'm figuring out this time that there's big buyers below here. I got to be careful. Got to cash out. I know I put in this disciplined system of sell stop, buy stop, went to sleep, 2 o'clock in the morning comes. They break down. I wait till U.S. markets open. At some point it's coming back to here. If I already didn't trail a stop there to protect myself, I got to get out here. There's no, here, buy stop, breaks out. All right, I got to take something off the table there. Put a buy stop here, a sell stop there. Get filled long. Beautiful trade. But if I don't get out, it comes all the way back. And I'm like, wow. Or I trailed my stop here too tight and only made this much. Are you going to wait till the U.S.? You'd have to kind of wait till the end of the day. I think on the Asian breakout, you kind of have to wait till the end of the day. You figure it's going to be a trending day where it never looks back. Buy stop, sell stop, never looks back. Buy stop, sell stop. Got to cash out. Does come back. This is kind of you got a little trap there maybe, but that's why you have more than one ticket. This is a beautiful trap. Now here's where you get trapped, but if your ratios are good, you made money because it trapped your sell stops. But if you got more than one ticket, but you can see how hard it is. If you put a sell stop here, a buy stop here, like a little trapped here and a little trapped here, and just kind of you got to wait till the next day and do the same trade, and then you make it back. But if you are trading breakouts, you're probably going to break out into some structure like this, and you got to be fucking thinking, dude, once they get down to this deep-ass slot of good old prices way back, holy shit, the buyer's coming in like Nutsville here. Anything below here, and then the complete meltdown, which looks just like what happened on the very top tick time. Yep, on the left here, same pattern, different depth to it, and not as dramatic, but you still get the pause here and then under here and back and forth. But maybe this is a giant accumulation, which people are certainly hoping. All the bulls want this to be a giant accumulation phase in the bigger picture. That's the 1 hour chart. If you max zoom out on the 1 hour chart, You see the top tick Tommy. And maybe this is just a giant consolidation on the 4-hour. And the pressure's stacking up to the upside currently. So we got the stair step here waiting to get taken out. And this may be how we go. You know, bam, bam, bam. Put up some more razor wire. Kill some more Jews. You know, rape some more women. Whatever is going to be the, oh, look at this, end of the world. Okay. Then also the vacuum that's piling up here. So it's forming its own triangle. This is the head of the snake up here. Yeah, something's got to give, but there's typically that plunge and then rip, so I would plan on the plunge also. I wouldn't bank on one particular thing. Look at this complete perfect meltdown here. Wow. Like 4 weeks down. But if you see how easy it is to pick out these spots when you look back, it's just that psychologically, if you did buy this and you didn't take something off, and now when it goes below here, you don't have enough money to buy this. So you got to be able to be flexible. Buy this plunge, cash out. This one you would not have survived if you're running a strict stop of 20 pips. They just keep smashing you out. If you don't take the 20 pips here, and this would just be, well, you'd have to know this is coming because of the size of that. So you see a big zone like this, big hole, something's going in it. That's just Mother Nature. You got a big hole, something's going in it. Big hole. So the pressure's on the other side. And we got a big hole to the north now. And we got a big ass hole down here. How it gets there, does it dip in the window? It dips in, dips out, and then complete collapse. But you just have to go day by day. You know, it's like one day at a time. It's alcoholic trading. The 20 steps to better trading. Yeah, wait for the market to come to your limits. If they don't fill, then this is you're not going to overtrade it. Wait for it to tank to pull the trigger, and maybe wait for the end of the day. So the hardest thing would be to figure out how many trades you're going to do. What do you want to have a consistent risk per week? Do you want to get crazy 1 week? Sit on the sidelines, wait for the ultimate pattern, so to speak. The ultimate setup. Oh, yeah, the setup, yeah. Well, I'm waiting for a doji. So I'm waiting for a weekly doji. I have to wait for the end of the week. Very, very difficult. Takes a lot of patience. Or I buy every week. The first 2 weeks of this year, I've been buying gold, and that's what I do. Paid off back here. The biggest sell-off in gold the whole fucking year was right there last year. So I would buy every week it pulls back if I was a gold bug. But how much would you buy? Are you going to get them really big because you're like, well, I'll probably never go down? And I just don't know how people do it. You'd have to be trading thousands of contracts to make it worthwhile to be in this trade for 3 days to make X. But like I say, if you're one of these long-term investors, I got it. You're going to buy this shit. You don't give a fuck. You like the feeling of having gold. That's all there is to it. So gold, the problem there is like Euro dollars. I don't have any Euro dollars. I think I found a $5. I got it here somewhere. I bought some clothes, and there was a $5 euro in there. I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. So I do have a drawer just for good luck, I think. I want a $10 euro, though. So if you have one of those laying around. But it looks cool. You know, it's like, wow, nice different artwork on here. A little bit prettier artwork always. And those foreign bills, it seems to spend more time with the inks, the colors, you know. Here it's just like black and white. Here's your bill now. What do you want? Just try to counterfeit that black and white shit. So we finally put ribbons through our stuff. And Americans are just like goofballs that drink whiskey. You know, you'd think how sad, pathetic the Americans have become. They're like, yeah, is my cable working? Okay, good enough. Oh, they got a dictator. Oh, they got the guy that stole the election. Nah, yeah, you know what? Give me another beer. I'm good. Hey, look at my Bitcoin's going back up. Ooh, down $7,000 from that fucking report about Blackhawk getting in. Yeah, they fucked me again. Oh man, shit. Well, when Bitcoin goes to 35,000, I got the balls to buy it. I would say that's my recommendation of the year. Every $5,000 Bitcoin drops. Yeah, buy a couple. Get a couple coins. I guess it's five. It gets to $5,000. Double up. As soon as it retraces, as soon as it recovers, get out of something. Get out of the first dead cat, and that may all you get. Or you just wait for your doji. Wait for that doji trade. I only trade dojis, man. We don't risk all that kind of money here. Yeah, weekly dojis. 2 dojis in a row on the weekly. Oh, that triggered right here. I triggered. Man, this is going to be breakout. It'll be beautiful. Look at this fucking thing. Super tight. 2 tight dojis, then breaks out like a whore. Look at this fucking beautiful spinning top here. And this is a spinning top. This is like some kind of, I don't know. Here's kind of a hammer. Looking for perfect hammers. The first time I saw a hammer, I go, yeah, that's the trade. Just buy the end of that hammer. As soon as it completes. Look at this beautiful, half a hammer. Here's another beautiful hammer, which meant you were getting a doji and this big wick for the same price. Inverted hammer, I call that. Actually, everything's a spinning top to me. Anything, even this inverted hammer, spinning top, which means small wick, small body. Or there's the bullish candle. Who's in charge here? The bears? Oh no, the bulls. That's right. I'm sorry, went up. Bulls go up, bears go down. I got you. Let me pay attention. Oof. You're going too fast. Say it again. That's right. This is a bullish candle. How can you tell? I'm going to give you a hint. It has to do with control. Because the bulls are in control? You got it, son. That's why I call it bullish. Because there's bulls. See, it's ish. It's bullish. Oh, I thought you said bullshit. No, that's the trap trade. Look after this pounds north. It actually comes back and retouches that. So I prefer to put my buy limits in here, buy that pullback, get in there, and this just kills me. These moves are just mind-blowing. I just can't believe it. But it is, hey, it's in an uptrend, but I would wait every week. This is the weekly chart, so at the end of this week, on Friday, if it takes out this, I would definitely buy here. And you could have scalped here easily for anything that took this out. You would have been up $20 this week, just a little baby scalp there. I did some people do this stuff. I've seen people post, and you gotta start somewhere, right? You gotta get a trade that's a winning trade. I'm proud I took this trade. Follow my journey. I was able to place a buy limit forget 10 pips, $10 apart. Every $5 gold dropped, I'd be buying. I had my finger on the trigger, had limits in there. I did it just like that idiot on that guy, that simpleton guy said. Did you like he said? Made money. Till one day, market moved so big, it didn't work. I said, nothing works now. Now, I suppose if you're going to split it up, you wait for the end of the week. If you have to have an end of the week system, so you just have multiple systems. You have to get multiple personalities, really. The only way to do it is I'm talking about when I say do it, be like, oh, I make money every day. Because in the background, I got this giant fucking swing trade I'm in. I got this scalp I'm doing, and this really fast broker with a tight spread, and I got this other thing going. So you're working your ass off. Like this, I heard this coach was transferred out to Los Angeles. You're going to be the coach for the fucking Raider raids or something. Raiders are, oh shit, that must pay a pretty penny. Yeah, the guy's fucking knee deep in that shit all day looking at reels. What's the other team doing? His head's exploding. Probably doesn't enjoy the money. He's overweight. He's eating ice cream every night like me. He's like, oh, I can't just, this is like, I'm so stressed out. I'm making so much fucking money. And then I guess in 10 years, just like any other career like that's so fucking, making so much money so fast, it's over. I suppose it's like being in some amazing trade and like, oh, I guess that doesn't work anymore. Nobody gives a fuck about my pitching. Like this, who's this? Kaepernick did this. Dude, it becomes like well, I'm just gonna look around. Just take pictures of me. That should be good enough for you. I don't need to really play ball, do I? No, not really, not so much. I mean, you could just bitch and moan. You could just complain about what nobody appreciates my afro hair, my curly hair, my fro. So it depends what route you want to go. I prefer the trading because it's just so anonymous and so on. It's such a private thing. You don't have to. It's you against the market. The market doesn't know you exist. So if you're paranoid, you're in good shape there too. And it's not something that if you instead of thinking about having patience for it, you just don't check in very often. You wait for the end of the week. It can be very lazy, and the people that are on that pace of trading weekly swings. I mean, I've met these people. I don't know how they do it, but they're like, "Yeah, I've been in that trade for like 6 months." I'm like, "Wow, 6 months? Okay, yeah, I just can't imagine." But 6 hours to me, I'm like, "Are we making any money yet?" Okay, then it's gonna take 12 hours, or I'm just gonna get stopped out of this trade. But I'm aware of the weeklies and the dailies, and I don't feel comfortable jumping into some of these vacuums because I feel like, well, if you've made money from it reversing and you've lost money from it reversing, if you're once bitten, twice shy on that, you're going to be second guessing yourself. Another reason why, if you think you have a system that's got an edge to it, in other words, you're able to make 60% of your trades are winning, and you're not. I'm not talking about blowing the account up, but you're making money, making 20% on the account a week, making 20% a week on the account. I don't think that's not impossible. In that case, you'd be getting out early on the trades. Actually, the ones that you're going to make a lot of money, those are rare. They're just rare. And having the money ready to go, because you want extra money on some of those trades that you know, oh, this is going to be a big fish. I'm going to probably break the line, have to put new fish line in, and try to maintain this thing. I know it's turning around. I mean, I just can see this is not sustainable. We can't just keep tanking like this. It's fucking nuts. At least I could wait 4 hours. I'll wait another 4 hours. So the way to get out of it, of waiting the 4 hours, is just to accept the risk of laying in limit orders, not knowing if they're going to get blown out or filled. If there's news coming, I would put orders in very deep. I mean, or less size. But then you got to widen the stop. So I don't like psychologically losing any of my little soldiers. So I want to run them far apart in that case with a wide stop. I want to canvas the whole area because um, I don't want to get stopped out of what I'm thinking of building a position. So I really don't want to lose any of the building. And then to hold on to it through the swing. That's the gratifying part. And now I try not to move. So I try not to move any of the stops or take profits. I'll only move it if I think, well, I'm barely in. There's only 8 hours of trading left. Probably going to drift higher. But I don't have to be too right about that. If I've made most of my money from the high probability scalping, just the wick portion. So we have a hammer. We have a big down bar, say. Big bearish smashing down. And now we lay limits to buy below that. If it comes back, if it wicks down and it creates a hammer, and it's got a big wick on that hammer, I should be out of like half the position, approximately. Because I can refresh that part with limits now again. And count on two big pin bars in a row. So if you can accommodate what you think might happen in shallow and deep, easier to go deep, but if you go too deep, they'll never fill your limit. So it's just a balancing act. And if you're looking at the weeklies thinking, yeah, it's probably going to take the rest of the week for this thing to stop tanking, if you're that kind of person, I'm waiting for the thing to go up just a little bit, and I think it's reversing. I'm going to get on the long train and buy right now. And that's got to be a pretty big ticket if that's the only trigger you pull for that move on that thing, and how much money you're going to make on that trade. So the problem with trading is that it's like being in a real estate market where this house is worth $3 and this house is worth $1 million. This house is worth $40 million. They're 3 streets away sometimes from each other, and you're like, how's this house 3 streets away from the ghetto, but this crappy house is in the middle of a really nice town and the complete unfair value, so to speak, of the neighborhood is so disturbing that nobody can really make heads or tails of how to farm it out and how to maximize where you're going to focus your efforts, which houses are worth flipping, because it's constantly, the prices are changing in these houses. Like, what the fuck? That house was just worth nothing a minute ago. And so when the market slams into these up and down prices, I think that if it's going to retest something, it might be pretty quick and dirty, because it's just like, holy shit, people can't believe we're at this price again. And the same drama kind of happens, but nothing ever happens the same way exactly twice. So it's very much like the snowflake. Supposedly there's no snowflakes that are identical, but I would think by now there's got to be. At least as long as I've been around, I'll be like, surely there's, I don't know, maybe it's not true. Maybe it just goes on for infinity. No snowflake is alike because the crystals are too tiny. I suppose on the small crystals, right? Or at least the snow angels are all different, right? Slightly different. And we were trying to build a robot or a filter, an indicator, to give us a guide, run a moving average to give us a bias for trend. Let's just go for the long side because, well, typically, for the most part, the moving average is an estimate of trend until the market wicks through your stop, and then you could have been perfectly right about that trade and it really was the best entry in the world. But since you only traded 2 tickets, because all you can afford, then because the broker's forcing you to. Another thing with that prop thing, I think they're saying you do 10 trades a day and you're going to make X. That means you got to do fucking 25K each trigger pull too, probably. So that's the other thing that kind of. When I saw the rules, I think I would have. I don't know if I want to spend any money on using somebody else's trade system, or even leading them on to think that I actually want to go through with it. I would do it for fun, but I feel bad about them calling me and go, so you ready to go with that? Are you ready to open an account? No, not really. It's just kind of fucking dicking around. I want to see what's going to fuck around and see what happened. Fuck around and find out. I just went, look, can I just kind of test drive that a little bit? Anyways, you can go back to your movie. So I'm going to go back to my entertainment, and I think I gotta eat some more food too. I think eating is the ultimate soothing sport. Trying to eat something healthy, but it's just not working. I kind of get a craving. And every time I feel good, I think, well, I want to just see if I can destroy myself with some comfort food. And then when I'm depressed, I don't eat, and I seem to be healthier. So I kind of want to take depressants instead of antidepressants. I guess alcohol is supposed to be that, but then you get the munchies. You use so much energy just feeling down. Yeah. So back to the YouTube. I'm gonna cave in and have to buy YouTube Premium. I just can't believe because they're letting me download music for free. When I saw that, I go, yeah, I kind of want to build my own music library, put it on a thumb drive and be like, okay, world comes to an end. Take my thumb drive to the desert island. Listen to my favorite tunes. And gotta have audio. Gotta have audio and good lighting. Got a good lighting and a good place to sleep. So I'm just gonna put this thing. I call this this template is called the Gold Void 500. I have two. I have the Gold 500. That's without the void. But you need all the indicators. So you need the indicator folder and you need a template. This is without the void fill. Yeah, you need the indicators, because the template's going to ask for what to plug in here. But you can make any template you want. I used to build them all the time. I've got this, the one that says Haas in there. It's Hakanashi Smooth. And that is kind of pretty looking. I try to make it look cool. So I run it. When I do that template, there's a closing price on top of the Hakanashi Smooth because it gives you this histogram-ish looking moving average. So instead of moving average, it's like a histogram overlay on prices. And it does the high-low close with some kind of smoothing method. You've got the choice of different smoothing methods. So I tried to make a 3D looking chart, and I went to that pretty deep. It looks very cool, but still you're stuck with the problem of the wicks. And anytime you smooth out the data with these ikamushes and all this bullshit, you're really getting away from, it's a derivative problem. You're removed from reality. The raw chart with nothing on it is difficult because there's no frame for it other than time and the price grid. So I just had to engineer the trades around. Well, this is going to be a 40 pip move. You probably got to put an 80 pip stop on this to survive the wicking situation, because you want to hold enough of that position through the swing. And can you scalp around it at the same time? If you do it right, you can scalp to maintain that position. So if you scalp during the noise and then it really does make a move, and you're still long on half that position, but you've been kind of making little bits here and there on the scalping noise, that's the ultimate. Because you could say, well, during accumulation, I was making small little profits, not making a lot, but still maintaining this super long position, adding to the account. Now you can hold a position that's not going to be nerve-wracking. And if you trail your stops and it doesn't work out, at least you're making 30% instead of not making 70%. But if you do back tests on robots and you change the percentage risk and the lot size, you'll realize that, yes, if you risk more, you'll make more, but then it blows up. People want to kind of just have that nice balance between I'm making 10% and we're in no danger of blowing up the account. We're also in no danger of making a lot of money. And so that is the conundrum. Always will be. There's no old bow pilots. These people die testing planes. Yeah, that plane's fast, but you're dead. So the people that are risk adverse, is a different pool of people than the people that are all concerned. And the people that want to trade are really they have a problem because they have to decide. Well, they don't have to decide so much on my approach, because I can gradually torture somebody. Say, oh, you're in 3K. Well, now you're in 38K. And once you get used to being in, you're varying the size you're in, not the idea that you bought or sold. It's only the size that you did, and the more you can distribute that size over more tickets, the less each ticket matters. And now you're in a basket. So you're a swing trader on that level, but you could also close out the whole position at the end of the day. If you don't mind reloading, this is the problem. who wants to dump a position? You're like, this is going to be a good trade in the end. But it's chopping around. You could have taken the whole trade off and reloaded it. Do you want to reload it? If you had an easy technique or method to reload it, in my case, I just double click a rack or drop a rack and say, okay, it's probably going to tank again while I'm sleeping. We're not done. It probably might take out the low the previous day when the U.S. market opens. As seen on the chart, it is possible. So you have to make a lot of possibilities, cover a lot of area, and it's almost like a real job now. But people are trying to make consistent income. Like you know, consistently doing things that make sense and doing them over and over again. Rinse and repeat the same dumb shit trade. But then the volatility is going to be the place where, when people look at ATRs, and I think they're smoothing it out, which is a big mistake. I would say if yesterday was insane, you can't trade today. If you think yesterday's range was too big, fuck that. 20-day look back. If yesterday was nuts, then how could you possibly? You're waiting for the market to calm down, especially if you're trading big with tight stops. When the market's nuts, up and down, maybe you got trades for that. There's an approach for that market too. And I wouldn't chase it at the market. I would definitely trade on limits and bracket it and trade back to the fair value, or when the get out at the end of the day when there's a doji formed. You traded the wicks on the north and south side up and down, and now you're up on both trades. You let go of the hedge that you kind of built on limits during the pin bar, and then the rest you just. But you have to be like that. You have to. Maybe your rule is at the end of the day you close out all trades, but now you miss out on the big swings, right? Because you have to reload and rebuild that, and be like, oh, really again? Yeah. So it's a real bad dream. So unless you like the process and you're okay with, like, yeah, it's probably going to go up in the end, but you know how it seems to retest three, four fucking times? To really maximize the profits, you have to take advantage of that too, right? So the one-stop shopping, I stopped off at the gas station on the highway to get scissors to cut for this windows patching, and they had everything in this fucking. I thought, they have scissors in this gas station. Oh fuck, they had like a whole wrench set. I think they had like a thing to pull your engine in there. There's a truck stop too. There was a guy there. Oh my God. Right out of the central casting. I think he might have been a trucker. Guy had his hair grown out and a hoodie, and it's just the way everything was like, I swear to God, somebody dressed him up to be in a movie. It was just amazing. This guy is a real trucker. This is what a trucker looks like. I guess he formed his body around. He was a husky guy. But with the hat, no, I think he had a hat, so with a character. Real character. I guess he's famous in the trucking world. I don't know, I always wonder when I stop at these truck stops, you know, the serial killer there too. You know, like probably. He could have been a serial killer, in fact. That's why he looks so characterized. He probably just got done killing somebody. Yeah, it's still a little tough here on the gold market. Like I said, I'd be a big seller of top tick Tommy. Hold it till it goes to 1,500. That's my trade. That's my recommendation. Still wait for Bitcoin to go to 35,000 so I can buy some. Buy a couple Bitcoins, throw them in my pocket. I'm still waiting for them to ship the last Bitcoin. I bought the last Bitcoin on Amazon. I think I'm being scammed there too. I'm waiting for the shipment to come in. So, all right, as the beat goes on, we'll wait to see what happens. I think gold's had it for the year. We're done. One more top tick Tommy maybe.